What's happening, everybody? Thanks for tuning to the Crash Bang Boom podcast. I'm your host, Jody Smith, and we got one hell of a guest today, Ryan, a.k.a. Legs Leger, or Ledger, I guess, depending on where the hell you're from. But if you have some French and you so happen to be Canadian in you, around you, about you, well, then that's going to be Leger, like negligee, or lingerie, parlez-vous français, all that. In any case, we get into all sorts of goofy shit today. We talk about Ryan's first drum set, the many joys of fishing, dial-up internet and Kate Winslet's boobs, professional splash cymbals, Christmas tree stands with hubcaps, the good old Columbia Penny music subscription, which I guess was, in hindsight, was one of the earlier actual music subscriptions for those of you that are old enough to remember such a thing. We talk a little bit about a hockey, which is likely to be the Canadian birthright, to my understanding. Ryan returning to country living and raising his daughters. A whole lot of attention deficit. Plus how he got the Every Time I Die gig and the formation of his new band 100suns with members of Norma Jean. And we talk about more fishing. So without further ado, let the silliness begin. Here we go. Crash fucking bang boom! Legs Leger.
That works, yeah.
All right,
accent.
All the things, man.
Yeah.
Congrats on the show tonight. It was killer seeing you playing, man. Tell me a little bit about this new project and what you got going on here, man.
Holy shit, dude! It's fuck, I don't even know where to start. About 3 years in the making, I think. It might even be more than that. But I don't know. You want the whole story?
Well, does it tie? I'm assuming this ties back from Every Time I Die, your previous band touring with Norma Jean, who Corey is the vocalist of, and then maybe something spawned from that.
Well, actually, there was a band from Canada called Dead and Divine. They're actually a fucking pretty big band in Canada before they called it quits. I played with them for, I think, about a record cycle, so about a year or so. And that's Chris's old band, the big guitar player.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy. People were joking, actually, that he looked swole in the new video, and he was, like, super pumped on it. He's like, dude, great lighting. I look super swole in this. But so Dead and Divine used to tour with Norma Jean when I wasn't in the band. So Corey and Chris knew each other already. I toured with Norma Jean with Every Time I Die, so Corey and I knew each other, but we all together didn't know each other. It was kind of a weird thing. Like we each knew Corey basically,
right,
separately. And
I played in bands where the connecting member is because we've had sex with the same girl, which is a different situation.
Or that works in a lot of aspects in life, I guess. Different jobs yeah, I mean, even the guys that are playing bass and guitar with us on tour. Matt Rigg, the guitar player right now, he was in France. And played in a band in France that did shows with Every Time I Die. Also went on a tour with Dead and Divine and Norma Jean at the same time in Europe.
Okay.
So we all know Matt, too, in a weird way. There he is there, the Tabarnak Asti. And Seb, the other guitar player, played in Dead and Divine. And also fills in for Norma Jean sometimes when they need a guy in Canada. So we're all sitting in the van together the first show, and we're kind of looking at each other. We're like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, this is the first. We're not supposed to be in the same vehicle, basically. Like, it was really weird, but kind of cool how it all came together in the end, because we've all toured with each other in a lot of the same bands, too, which is kind of weird, but...
Nice. So you're on, I believe you had 11 shows or so, or this is the 11th show?
This is number 11 tonight, yeah.
Did we even say the name of the band at this point? 100suns?
No, we haven't, no.
Oh, okay, well then we'll go ahead and throw that in there.
Man, yeah. We're in a band called 100suns.
That's what links are for, motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. But, this is, 11th show. We started in Arkansas. We didn't play in Arkansas, but we all went to Corey's house for a week, rehearsed, because we hadn't played these songs together at all.
Yeah.
I've never played with Seb before. I've never played with Matt before. Never actually performed with Corey either. So this was we're at Corey's house. We have a week, and we're trying to like program lights. We're like running tracks. Like everyone's on click track, which is like weird for hardcore dudes. Like I did a lot of pop gigs and stuff like that in Canada when I was younger, like Canadian Idol singers, and like used to do like MTV Live Canada with like pop singers and stuff like that.
So you're accustomed to monitoring a click track?
At one point in my life, I was very accustomed to it, but it's been, man, probably 10 years maybe.
Oh.
Roughly. So it was like, well, I guess the studio you're on click and stuff.
Right.
You know, like, but it's the track thing gets weird because you're off one beat.
Right. Of course.
The whole ship sinks. So, but the nice thing is these guys too, they're like super into it. And they're on click too, which is so I almost don't have to count anything in.
Oh, really?
Which is like,
oh, that's interesting.
I'll kind of like trail off on this actually. We with Every Time I Die, we did a tour with Killswitch Engage. And the first couple shows, it was just like from darkness to just the one, everyone all at the same time. I'm like, how the fuck are they doing this, man?
That?
Like every night, I'm like, they're just slaying. They're not counting anybody in. He had like a little rolling trigger bar. So it only went to everyone's in-ears, so nobody in the crowd would hear the stick clicks.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what a cool way of doing it.
Oh,
so then when we started doing this, and these two guys are on click, so other than a couple vocal cues, like, we come in on the one all the time without counting it. It's like the most badass sig. Like,
that's killer.
When Killswitch did it, it looked so cool, and like it's rad to do some of that shit now, which is kind of neat.
I hear you. I feel like maybe this is a bit of a character assassination on the other members of bands that I've been in, but I've always just told them, I'm going to listen to the click. Y'all don't need to be hearing this shit.
Yeah, usually it's not like, it's kind of rare for them to have it. I'm sure maybe some of the bigger pop acts and stuff do it, but for like 5 hardcore dudes to be on click track is kind of odd, but I like it because even like bridges and stuff, there's so many bridge parts where it's just guitar. And I don't have to keep time, which is nice. And they're on it every night, and it's
you can lay on it.
Yeah, it was weird the first few shows though. It was like everyone was kind of. It was a learning curve. Like 1, 2, 3, here we go, and like dive into it and like try and. Took it 2-3 shows probably.
And y'all got 3 more shows up. Your people, you going to see your people?
Going up to Canada, yeah.
Where are the next 3 shows? I guess in Canada.
We cross the border tonight, and then we go play. Well, we got a couple days off. We play in Ottawa, and then we drive to Toronto. And then we do a show in St. Catharines.
Okay.
On fight night. We're all kind of pissed about that.
Yeah, you want to watch that McGregor Mayweather fight?
We're trying to see if like the promoter will like buy it and just at least have it on. Like, I don't want to be like detached from the show, but it'd be sick to at least have it in the corner just in case it starts while we're playing. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 shows. Canada. It's first time I played in Canada in like a long time.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean I've been at it Every Time I Die 2.5 years now, and yeah, I haven't played any. Actually, I played with ETID a few weeks ago or a month ago in Europe. They needed me to fill in, but yeah, I haven't played Canada in years. And like I used to live in Toronto for 4 or 5 years. Chris is from Burlington, kind of Toronto area. Sorry, I'm trying to hold back a burp right now. I got like beer stuck in my throat.
That's okay.
But yeah, so we're all pumped, man. Like, it's actually the other 2 guys in the band too are living in Toronto as well. So
oh, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
It's a bit of a homecoming for you, I guess.
I hope so. It's been a while. So I mean, Ottawa actually is an hour from my house.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to.
Where did you grow up in Canada?
Cornwall, Ontario.
Cornwall, Ontario.
Yeah,
that's almost ridiculous sounding as Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, where one of my friends is from. And a few winters ago, he told me that it was colder than the surface of the fucking moon.
Dude, it's rough, man. When you go out to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Saskatoon, like it gets pretty raw out there, man. Like. We get dumped pretty bad because I'm right on the St. Lawrence River, so like we get some pretty nasty weather too. But yeah, I live for an hour from Ottawa, about an hour from Montreal. Born and raised. I mean, I've moved around Toronto, Burlington, kind of just to kickstart the career when I was younger and shit. But yeah, back home now, man. Small town living.
How you liking it?
I love it, man. I fish a lot. I barbecue, like drink beer. I got a family, man. I mean, it's like we were living in Burlington and Toronto area, and it didn't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
Like, ETID was gone, like, I don't know, like 10 months out of the year, like, kind of scattered. We were paying, like, big city prices. I was like, why? All my friends are buying houses and shit. And I'm like, why am I here? Yeah, I ended up back home, which is cool. My family's there. My friends are there. It's cheap living. It's a slower paced life, too, which is kind of like I said, where I drink beer, fish, and, yeah, I don't even play drums when I'm home.
Yeah.
I just live slow, man. It's kind of the speed I'm at now. It's just,
right.
Yeah, I love it.
Was that kind of the environment in which you grew up? Was it like fairly rural or?
Yeah, I mean, like it's growing. It's a small town. I think it's 46,000 people, so it's a little bigger than some small towns, but it's surrounded by farms.
Yeah.
It's called Cornwall. There's corn stalks, cornfields all over the place.
Yeah.
Grew up in the woods. Like, we just play in the woods basically all day when we were kids and swim in puddles and full of leeches. And
doing country boy shit.
Pretty much, yeah. So it was definitely missing. Like, the 5 years I was in Toronto, it's like it just partying every night, working at music stores, like trying to get gigs and trying to cut my teeth in the music scene and stuff. And then I kind of almost forgot. Like, I'd go home sometimes and like two buddies would, hey, let's go fishing, man. I'd like, oh, fuck, I haven't done this in years. Like, so used to like the concrete jungle and shit, you know? Like,
exactly.
So yeah, I like it. My kids love it. Like, it's good to be home.
Kids plural? How many kids do you have?
2 girls, 9 and 5.
2 girls.
Yeah.
I'm expecting my son on Valentine's Day next year.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
That's wild. That's coming soon, though.
Yeah, it is.
We're getting there.
It's getting there.
Just the first one?
This is the first one. Okay.
It only gets easier, too, which is like the great thing. You think it would get...
As in the sense that if you have more, they get easier, or the
no,
children
I
as
just
they
mean
grow,
like
they get easier?
it's obviously hectic at first. Like, you know, you lose a lot of sleep and shit, but like there'll be moments where like, oh my God, this is so freaking crazy. And then like it only gets better.
Yeah.
Then they walk, then they talk, then they're funny, and then they just like, now they don't even give a shit that I'm gone, which is weird. Like, I was so worried about them in the past that like I was gone so long.
Right.
And then like
they're glued to iPads
well, not even that. My kids are kind of balancing with that shit. Like, because again, like growing up playing in the woods and stuff, like it's limited. But like I said, a month ago, I went out with the ETID guys, and I was like, I felt so guilty. I was like, sorry guys, like I gotta go. It was only a week or whatever. I was like, I gotta go play these festivals or whatever, and they're just kind of like, all right,
see you later.
See ya. One's got ball hockey, one's got dance class or something. They got sleepovers, and it's summertime. They're off school. They almost didn't even notice I'm trying to FaceTime them, and like we're trying to get people to like drag them to the phone just to say what's up, because they're like, we're in a hot FaceTime them yesterday. They're both in a hot tub. I'm like, I'm just let you guys do your thing, man. I'll try and call you tomorrow, you know? Like,
that's hilarious. Do they go fishing with you?
I try. They don't have much patience, man. Like, they enjoy it. Like, if you're like a worm bite or something, they're catching a bunch of little fish and shit. They have fun, but they just like the boat ride sometimes. But no, they're like I was. They're just go, 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 go. So it's hard to keep them sitting in a boat.
Did you go fishing with your father growing up?
Not really. He took us out a few times when we were kids, but I went with my buddies and stuff like that. And kind of forgot about it as I got older. Like, as soon as I got into music, I was so dedicated to just that. Like, I was a big hockey player when I was a kid, and just...
It's very Canadian of you.
Totally, yeah. I think everyone probably say they did, but just one day a light switch went off. I was just so into playing music. It's just like everything just stopped other than that. Yeah, so I kind of forgot about things like that, like fishing and...
What reconnected you to fishing?
I can't remember if it's when I originally moved back home, but I had 2 buddies that would go out, and they kind of sit on the dock and fish and stuff, and they'd lend me some gear, and I said, holy shit, I said, I forget how much fun this is. And then next thing you know, I end up buying a boat, and then I'm going to try and go tomorrow, actually. We're crossing the border tonight. Hopefully I'll sneak out when the kids go to bed or something, try and get a couple casts in. But
what is it that you love so much about fishing?
I don't know. It feels natural and such like a weird, I don't want to go too like, I don't know, hippie on it, but it's such a natural thing. You're sitting on your phone all day, and you're on Instagram, or you're texting or this and that, and then you just get out in the water and you're like, I musky fish, so it's more like hunting. You're not just sticking a worm in and catching 20 fish.
What is the process of catching that fish then?
It's called the fish of 10,000 casts. So it's hard. They're hard to find. They're hard. You're hunting them rather than fishing them.
Really?
And it just feels so natural. Like you're searching for this giant beast.
It's man versus nature, man.
Yeah, man versus nature. And like I always catch and release. I always put them back, but it's just this like
interesting.
It's like this natural thing. As I'm doing it, it's like, oh, sick. If this was the real world, aka like back in the day, like I'd be killing it. I'd have this like huge ass fish to like feed my family and shit, you know? And like it's like we're so far into technology and stuff now. It's like it just feels normal to be doing that. Like it's like an innate thing or a natural.
Well, you're definitely reconnecting to a couple of things. One of which is man versus nature, as well as just having a sense of how vulnerable and insignificant mankind is when you're actually out in nature.
Oh, for sure.
It reminds you.
Yeah.
And it tunes down the volume on all the other superficial shit that we consume ourselves with on a daily basis.
Totally.
I always think that is something that I think rural kids could probably benefit from going to cities and urban environments sometimes.
Yes.
But city kids absolutely would benefit from going out into rural environments.
Totally, yeah.
And experiencing nature and understanding that whole reciprocating element of it all.
Big time. There's definitely that balance. Like, I mean, even with the kids and stuff, it's like I try and limit the internet, but then at the same time, I'm like, if they don't get used to this, like, they're going to be behind because this is where it's going. They need to learn how to use a computer. My big thing with, like, my oldest daughter is, like, is it educational? I'll see her watching those, like, blog guys on YouTube and stuff, and they're playing with toys, like grown men playing with toys and shit. And I'm like, you put on, like, an animal documentary or something, or, like, there's some Coyote Peterson dude out now that, like, he just goes around and gets stung by the most deadliest. I don't know.
Did he do the bullet ants?
He did, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That was
those
his
fucking things.
He did the top 10 like most badass stings or whatever, and that was
I'm pretty sure
top
I saw him get stung by
Yeah.
the bullet ants.
Go back, there's like 10 more of him doing the other
fucking
ones.
Glove?
I don't know. He didn't even have a glove on. He did it
Oh, he
straight
did-
on his hand.
Oh, okay. So part of the thing is that there is a rite of passage within some indigenous culture, and it's a glove filled with the fuckers.
Oh, shit.
And you put your whole hand, and it's multiple stings, man. It's
I
not,
know, I
it's
haven't
not
seen
one
that.
or two. It's a
Oh
bullet
my
ant
God.
glove.
He was almost paralyzed just from the one. Like, he was in some shit, but that pumps me up because I was into stuff like that when I was a kid. And, like,
Yeah.
she's kind of the tomboy, so, like, I'm cooler. You want to sit on that all day? It's raining out, as long
Right.
as you're learning something, or
Yeah.
But like you said, there's that balance.
Do you think sometimes how strange it is that you grew up prior to the internet and what you did then and how the world works now?
Dude, I remember, like, when we first got the internet, is it Kate Winslet? Who was in Titanic?
Yeah, that was Kate Winslet.
We were trying to, like, print out, like, she had showed her tit or something.
Yeah, those are some nice tits.
And
Both.
it took like an hour and 30 minutes or something. I'm like checking the time to see like when my parents are off work and shit. I'm like, oh my God, like you're at the chin. I'm like, come on. Like, I don't know how to pause it or if you can like hide that after and like. So
I'm just trying to see some tits
Yeah.
here. Jesus Christ.
That or like, I mean, like the Pearl Drums page. I remember it took like 20 minutes to load it from top. You'd see like a cymbal, then a tom come up, and then the
Right.
kick drum. Like, holy shit.
Were you always kind of into Pearl drums specifically? It's ironic if you're playing them now.
Yeah, actually, my first 2 or 3 kits were Pearl. I always played Pearl as a kid. And then I was kind of living in Toronto, and I was broke. I needed, like, a big rock kit. So I switched to Gretsch for a little bit. Jumped on with SJC for, almost 5 years with the Every Time I Die guys.
You had that crazy kit with those long rims. That thing.
Yeah, like the alligator skin kit.
It looked like a Piro was cut up and turned into a kit. It was one of the more bizarre kits I've seen.
That kit actually made it in like Drum Magazine, Drum Kit of the Month and shit. Those dudes were pumped that we built that because like they were getting a lot of press on it, which was cool.
It looked weird as the fuck.
It was weird. It was hard to play sometimes. The hoops were like, but I like when this started, it was kind of almost like a rebirth because like I hadn't played in 2.5 years. I didn't even know if any of the dudes I used to be endorsed by like even cared anymore. Were they going to support this project? I haven't done anything. I got one guy. I'm not going to say who it was, but he even came back to me. He was like, hey man, I need. I had a studio coming up. I need this or that. And he's like, oh, I thought you were done. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, it's like that, man. I'm like, shit. So I kind of went out and, like, luckily, like, all my dudes stuck around. Even at SJC was going to stick around. So in the end, I ended up with everybody. But I kind of had the mentality. I was like, well, maybe I'll start from scratch. I was like, Pearl was my shit back in the day. I'm like, I don't even know if they'll touch me with a 10-foot pole. I was like, I'm just going to go out and try. And I got it. And, like, they've treated me like a king, which is awesome.
That's killer.
And I'm playing the original drums I had when I was a kid, so it was like it was always cool to get a drum endorsement like SJC. Like I did a backflip when they're like, "Yo, we're gonna sign you with SJC and shit," and it was the craziest thing ever. Because I'd always had drumstick endorsements and stuff like that, but SJC was a big one to have the meat and potatoes of what you play,
exactly.
you know, like. And then when I got Pearl, I was like, "This is crazy!" Like I'm sure like. Even kids from my hometown or like that I've known for years were like they were pumped. They're like, dude, that was like the shit you played in like high school, man. Like
That's super cool.
Yeah, I was pumped.
What made you attracted to Pearl in the first place? Was there a particular like player or was it just?
I think it's just what I ended up with originally. Like when I was a kid, we found some. Actually, I almost lost the kit. I responded to an ad. Some kid was selling a kit. I think it was like $500 or something, and it was big. And I remember thinking like only professional drummers had splash cymbals.
Yeah.
Because the only people you knew when you were a kid was the bigger bands in Modern Drummer and stuff. And this guy had like 3 splash cymbals, like a China. He had all this shit, like a bunch of toms. And he was selling it dirt cheap. It was like brand new Pearl. I think it was a Forum kit, which back then was kind of shitty. So we bought the kit. I come home. I think I was maybe like 12 or 13, probably 13. And then I get it all set up. I'm pumped, and I get a phone call from his parents. And they're talking to my mom or dad, and I think the guy was like a huge pothead. He was like in his teens and stuff, maybe like 17, 18. His parents didn't know he was selling it.
Oh, really?
So they called our house and said, my son wasn't supposed to sell this.
Oh, my, really?
So I had to fucking pack the drums. I punched a hole in my basement wall. I was so like upset because I never had drums before this.
Right. So it was your first kit and you had to give it back?
Here's this kit. I got the professional splash cymbals that like I only thought pros had and shit. And I'm like almost on the verge of crying. I'm like packing this kit back up, this red sparkle pearl kit.
Oh, that sucks.
I get them to the door and like I'm just ready to pack the truck with my dad. And they call back and they said, our son won't give us the money back. So I was like, holy shit. So I had this, I got to keep it.
Really?
It was like the craziest. I went from having drums to not having them
to having them.
to like, yeah, it was pretty crazy, man.
That's a hell of a first kit story, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's one of the better ones.
Hell yeah. And we went, man, we hopped house to house, like checking out kits. And it was always like, it's garbage. It's a small town. So it was always, some dude's uncle had like a shitty little kit in his basement or something. And yeah, we found this pearl kit. And anyways, yeah, lost it, got it back, which is crazy.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Once you started playing, what were you into at the time? And then when did it take a turn for the heavier shit that you have more presently played?
Musically?
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Like when I used to build my own drum kits. I had like Tupperware. And I had like a buddy I played guitar when I was a kid. His aunt and uncle actually made me a hi-hat out of like a hubcap and a Christmas tree stand.
That's awesome.
So I was in maybe 6th grade. So I was around 12 years old. I was listening to like, there was 99.9 The Buzz, which was like Burlington, Vermont.
Classic rock or something?
No, it was just kind of when alternative was actually alternative, like the grunge era and shit.
Oh,
so
in the early 90s?
Yeah, so I had like Green Day, Offspring, Nirvana.
Yeah.
A bit of Pearl Jam. I guess Silverchair kind of came out around then. Anything that kind of had an edge to it that like you could get your hands on, because like I was young, man. So I used to jam on these like Tupperware and like hubcap kits to like this shit and like nail it too. I was like fucking feeling really good on it. And then I think, is it embarrassing to say? I don't know. Like it was like probably Korn got me into. I got into nu metal. Basically.
I think Korn was the gateway for a lot of people.
Yeah. So I like listening to Korn and Limp Bizkit and shit. Like I belonged to Columbia House.
Yeah.
So for fans of this, listen to Pantera. So I got into Pantera when I was in like...
When you say Columbia House, is that when you could do like pennies and you could get cassette tapes?
12 CDs.
We need to clarify this because there are people that have no idea what the fuck we're
Columbia
talking
House,
about.
they'd send you these cards in the mail all the time, and it was like 12 CDs for a penny.
Right.
But the thing was, you then belonged to a club and you had to buy X amount.
X
After
amount.
that, that's where they got you if you weren't paying
Yeah.
attention. So you had to pick 12 CDs. And living in a small town, we didn't have any TV channels that played anything cool or like music shops that had any shit like that. So for fans of Korn, listen to Pantera or something. So I got to pick 12 CDs. So I'd pick Pantera, pick Machine Head. Like it's almost cool because like as nu metal as I was, I got the good shit by accident. I was like,
Pantera's the big one.
Yeah, I got Sepultura.
That's
I got Pantera. I remember, I think I got Machine Head. So I had some like the good shit. Or I look back now and I'm like, thank God I picked those because like I'd probably be like in a Cold Chamber cover band or something.
Right.
You know, like I can't disrespect my nu metal days because it kind of got me where I was, but luckily I picked up some of the heavy hitters that like really kind of dove me into a lot of the good heavy shit. So
That's awesome.
But I mean, I always listen to like wouldn't consider myself a metalhead anyways. Like I always listen to like Prince growing up. My parents were weird because they weren't the type of parents that was like, oh, check out this Rolling Stones band, or yo, check out Led Zeppelin, or check out all my old. They just always have listened to whatever's on the radio.
Weird.
So growing up, I grew up on Michael Jackson, Peter Gabriel, like Genesis, whatever was out at that time. Prince is like a huge influence.
Yeah.
So I always kind of had one foot in pop because that's literally what I listened to from the time I can remember hearing a song to even now. Like my parents just whatever's on there, they got a Justin Timberlake CD in the slot in their car and like Maroon 5, and it's whatever's currently on the radio.
Yeah.
They have. So even that kind of helped me with getting pop gigs and shit because I legitimately like pop music, and like a lot of dudes don't admit that when they're like in metal bands and shit. But like I probably listen to just as much, if not more, pop music than like heavy stuff. Yeah. Especially after touring for so many years, and you're like,
you gotta take a break
7
from
bands,
that shit.
man. Like all heavy. Like I don't go back. Like actually, I'm gonna plug Andy Williams on this. He's the only dude I know that 24/7 is just ripping the most ignorant shit. Like, we'll play like, I don't know if I can't even think of a tour right now, but we'll do a metal tour or something where there's 7 bands that are just shredding all night. He'll get in the van and go drive 7 hours, and he's
listen to the same shit.
I was making bands up, but he'll put on like Dying Fetus and like just the fucking heaviest shit.
That's amazing.
And he's like,
He
loving
lives
it. He's loving it. He lives it, man. It's like, and he's legit the only dude like eats, sleeps, breathes that shit.
I could see him being into that
Yeah.
all the time.
And he's very eclectic too. Like, he listens to a lot of other cool stuff too that like that has influenced him. But like metal, he's like in that heavy shit for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I've not done anything close to the extent of the touring that you've done, but even just like a couple of nights of hearing bands in the same genre that my band plays or whatever, the first thing I want to do is go home. I just want to listen to yacht rock and like take a warm bath.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
And fucking light some candles.
Yeah, it gets you after a while, man. I'll drop like Frank Ocean in my ears or something when I'm like,
Yeah.
Even years ago when Adele first came out, I was like, I'm gonna go fuck.
She's
back to
awesome.
Go back to the bus and put Adele on. Like,
Yeah.
there's no fucking way I'm gonna go put Pantera on in the bunk or something. You know, like, I need some sanity in between all that shit.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
You were alone when you came in. You'll be alone when you leave again. And in the middle is nothing to keep you around when it's time to go home. 'Cause everybody I lean on, since I don't trust myself, lean on someone else who walks the colonies collapse like dominoes. I could beg, I could plead, but all I hear is the echo of my own voice begging me.
How did you end up joining Every Time I Die?
It was via YouTube actually, which was
Come on.
It was such a funny thing because it was almost like, because all my work previously had been in Canada, and like I was in some pretty big gigs out there. When ETID, when Rat Boy left, a friend of mine was a huge ETID fan. He's like, Every Time I Die needs a drummer, you should try out. And I kind of sent my resume to management or whatever, and not thinking that nobody in the States fucking knows about anything that I had done before. So I got this super generic, like, hey, bro, put these 2 songs on YouTube and this and that. I was like, fuck. I'm like, I got no, like, you know, like in Canada, at least I had done enough gigs that, like, I would at least get, like, go to a cattle call or something. We're like, all right, we're bringing 10 guys out. Right. It's going to be one of these 10 dudes or whatever.
So you did YouTube drum covers?
Yeah, I'd put Bolorama and Marvelous Slut on YouTube and then just waited. And waited and waited and waited. And then somebody I knew got the gig. So it's like, all right, fuck this, man. Like, I'll just move on, you know? Like,
Yeah.
And 2 weeks, I think, about 15 days before the tour started, this big Epitaph tour with, like, Bring Me the Horizon, Architects, Oh Sleeper. I get a call from Andy. Hey, what's up, man? It's Andy Williams. I was like, someone's fucking with me, man, because they know I didn't get it, and, like, they're just being assholes. And apparently management had, like, red flagged me because I was Canadian. They're just like, well, we don't want to deal with that shit. And Andy's telling me, he's like, dude, you were one of the top dudes that we wanted to bring out, and management was like, too much red tape. Fucking
Really?
forget about this dude. Let's move on with some of these other guys.
It's easy for Canadians to leave. It's harder for people to get into Canada.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. But
That's the irony.
Yeah, but I get what he's saying. Like, you need to get your visas and shit like that and stuff
right.
to be able to play. But yeah, so that they had red flagged me. I was like, damn it. I'm like, oh, fuck, I could have went out all along. And he's like, dude, guy didn't work out. Can you come to Buffalo?
No shit.
Like, shit. So I drove 7 hours with a buddy of mine. My buddy drove me 7 hours to Buffalo. Went out, jammed with Andy for a few songs, and then he basically just dropped me off at Keith's house, probably just to see if I could hang with him too. Like,
yeah.
He's like, all right, this guy's got the drum portion of it down, but can he hang? Which is like, anyone listening, that's like 50% of getting
especially
a gig,
given the
man.
tour schedule of those fucking road dogs.
Yeah.
Spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, like learn to bite your tongue. Even like it's not with Every Time I Die, but just bands in general. Like, you might be the fucking best drummer in the world, but if you are socially uncomfortable or like can't move within society, you know, it's like that's a big thing, man. Like,
absolutely.
I see guys that can barely play drums, but they're like the coolest dudes in the world.
Yeah.
Get sick gigs. Maybe I'm one of those dudes. I don't know. But then I see like rad ass drummers, and like I'm working at music shops all my life. There's so many guys that would smoke me and like drum circles
Sure.
around me. but they just can't hang, man. And
No.
it's like, it's such a big thing. So like, I think that was maybe their mindset. Like, Andy straight edge, doesn't drink and stuff. So he's like, okay, I got the music portion of this down with this kid. Like, now I'm going to drop him off at Keith's house. Me and my buddy brought a case of beer to Keith's house, drank with him and his homies and stuff. And like, we're like, all right, cool, man. Like, we have a festival next week on Saturday in Michigan. Like, we were going to cancel it, but think you can do it? And I was like, shit. And they made me learn 15 songs.
Whoa.
Didn't even meet Josh, who was in the band at the time, Jordan.
Yeah.
I didn't meet the rest of the guys yet. So I show up the next Saturday, meet those dudes, like play with the whole band, and then play a show the next day, whether it was Saturday or Sunday. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go, man. Like, 4 stick clicks, let's fucking do this.
I think it's also important to mention that New Junk Aesthetic had come out, and the drummer who played on that record had left, so they probably hadn't done many shows for that record.
He left
right?
before the record came out. Record came out
Okay,
while
so
I
there
was
you
on
go.
tour with
Wow.
them. It was basically the New Junk Aesthetic tour. It came out maybe a week into the tour run. So they hadn't even played these songs live yet, I don't think. And
Was it strange adjusting or acclimating to someone else's parts?
I'd always kind of done that because, like, I've said with this band here, like, this 100 Suns is, like, the first band since high school that I've been a part of since day one. I've always just kind of, like, it was session gigs in Toronto, or it was, like, getting an audition or filling in. I just kind of became the guy in Toronto that, like, ah, shit, our drummer broke his leg or something. Like,
Right.
call legs up, he'll do it, like, and
Yeah.
just no pay. Like, I was jumping around town, like, doing indie gigs and then doing, like, hardcore gigs, and then I was doing, like, soft seater arenas with, like, pop singers and stuff. I just took everything.
That's killer,
Everything
man.
I could. So, like, I was always used to basically just do your job, man, which is whatever's on the record. Maybe add some shit in here and there. That's what was kind of like a struggle recording with those dudes, too, because I was like, I'm like, Rat Boy's, like, sick rock drummer, meat and potatoes kind of guy. I'm like, I don't know how far I can push this. Like,
Right.
I got some chops a little bit. I'm like, I'll try and throw some in.
Yeah.
I know some dudes were pissed. I put like double kick on the record, but like ETID was pumped.
That's just a
'cause-
couple of drummers that are hating, whatever.
Yeah,
You
there was
can't- you
like,
can only
but
pay so much attention to that
I remember
shit.
Jordan being like, "Oh, sick! I got this riff." He's like, "Sick that you can match this." Like they had been wanting some small double kick parts. I'm like, it's not just my fault, man. I'm like,
Right.
Jordan and Andy want a little bit of kick in there too. So. But yeah,
Awesome.
it felt natural because that's basically my entire career was filling in for somebody or joining a pop band, which you're recreating electronic drums or whatever on
Right.
a lot of these records. So that's kind of my wheelhouse more than anything, I think, is taking over someone else's previous work or whatever. So
I commend you for being able to do that.
yeah,
That is a challenge in and of itself.
you had to, man. Like in Toronto, there was so many guys. Like luckily, I think I was at the age where some of the older dudes were moving out. When there was like a new breed of drummers that were kind of showing up at the auditions, and like I'd get one and then this other dude would get the other, and then we'd kind of battle each other at some of the, not like all for sport, right? We was kind of one or the other, and there's one or two or three guys. So like you had to fucking show up, man, and know you had to do your homework.
Right.
Which is crazy. A lot of kids don't do that, man. I watched all the ETID audition videos.
Oh, wow.
I was sitting there at my house like every 20 minutes refreshing to see who I was up against.
Really?
And there was like kids missing fills, or they just missed this or missed that. And even like I've been like musical director in some of the pop bands that I was in, and like guitar players would show up. I'm like, so what song you want to play, man? He's like, oh, it's whatever. I only learned one. I was like,
Right.
dude, we asked you to learn 3 songs. Like
right. You should be able to learn 3 songs, motherfucker.
you had a couple weeks to do this too, man. And like that's a big thing if kids are trying to like cut their teeth in playing, man. Like you do your friggin' homework. Like
absolutely.
match that fill, like match that bell hit, hi-hat close, like
Yeah.
match all that shit. And then once you get comfortable with the dudes, maybe put some pepper on it. But maybe people don't even sonically hear, you missed that world's biggest fill in that fucking song, man. Like
the
people-
crucial fill.
they're gonna notice that it's not there, you know.
Right.
Like, and it's dudes will lose a gig straight up. I remember Andy saying like he's one song like bored stiff, guys like kind of scissor, thrash beat or whatever, and he just wasn't hitting any accents, and like that's all that is accents in that song.
Right.
And it's like, did you seriously just showed up and scissor kicked the whole fucking thing, man? It's like like so weird, man. Like maybe lucky for us, that's how we end up getting gigs.
what's going on 2017 into 2018? What you got happening, man?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Some fishing?
Some fishing for sure. Well, fuck, fishing season's coming to an end, so depression after that.
Do you not just go hunt? Do you don't want to shoot
Nah,
shit?
I tried it. I suck at it.
Yeah.
I can't sit still. I tried turkey hunting a couple times, and it was a
Fishing is all
nightmare.
about sitting still and waiting.
But you're constantly casting and like,
okay.
you're, I don't know, smoking cigarettes, you're shooting the shit. Like hunting, you got to be quiet. You're on like a fucking tree.
So your big problem is not being able to talk, is what you're saying.
Yeah, if I tried actually goose hunting, and I didn't mind that because you can talk in between the flocks coming in and shit.
Right.
And I was like, maybe bird hunting's for me, but maybe I'll try that this winter. But deer hunting's, I don't know. I give dudes credit. I can't fucking sit still for 2 minutes, and then I got to shit, and then you got to piss, and then I want to smoke a cigarette. And everyone's like, you smoke a cigarette, the deer's gonna smell it. I'm at the point I'm like so fed up. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm just smoking in a tent by myself. Like, there's no, I don't know. I'm just no. I enjoy like cooking meat. I enjoy like the aspect of like butchering and knowing all your cuts and stuff. I think that's what got me interested in it. But I was like, I was gonna wait till my buddy gets one or something. Like, I'll dress it for him. I don't know. I don't have the patience for that anymore.
I hear you. Mm-hmm. One last one, man. I ask a lot of drummers this, and you seem like you might have been a textbook example of it. I was myself. Did you have attention issues growing up in school?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, still do.
You sound like you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely do.
I think that's a thing. Yeah, I think it's weird. I've tried playing bass. I've tried playing guitar. I've tried anything else, and even just that. Even to this day, like I was trying to learn how to play banjo with like or ukulele with my oldest daughter. And we're both trying at the same time. Like, it's zero patience. I'm trying to get my fingers in the right spot.
Couldn't get
I'm like
the chords.
just trying. I'm like, fuck
Sounds
that.
like shit. Yeah.
Buddies want to play golf. I'm like, that's fucking not sitting around like waiting. Hey, you want to play pool, man? I'm like, no, because I have to wait till you go and figure out what you want. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Still have it. I've always had it.
Yeah.
I was a hyper ass kid. Like, yeah.
Myself as well.
Yeah, definitely a thing, I think, with drummers for sure.
Yeah. I think if you have that and you're frustrated by it, you have an outlet in the physical aspect of drumming and that cathartic experience of beating shit.
Yeah. The only time you can just move uncontrollably and like no one like thinks anything of it. And, oh, dude, you're really good at just fucking being anxious all the time. Basically, like, yeah.
Right on, man. Well, Ryan, thanks for talking to me, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. That was a good one. No shortage of laughs. I need more Canadian friends, man. They're like more respectful Australians or something. It's awesome. In any case, be sure to check out the new 100 Suns record. It sounds killer. It is out. I've got all the links that you would need to find about the band in the description. Many thanks to Ryan for hanging and being a cool dude and catching up with me and rocking. That set was great at the wonderful St. Vitus, the place in Greenpoint if you want the metals. Go subscribe on iTunes if you haven't already. The shit is free. Ha ha! Until the next time, crash bang boom!